This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by Lincoln Savings Bank, at home in Iowa, at work for you.
Welcome back to Panther Sports Talk here in the wrestling room with UNI head coach Doug Schwab. Last week, the Panthers competed in the regionals. This coming week, they'll be in Des Moines for the NCAA Division I Wrestling Championships. Coach, let's just get your thoughts on this past weekend out in Buffalo, New York, and what you saw from your team heading out there with a lot on the line.
I mean, you always want more. I mean, that's kind of as a coach, you know. I think that we left a few guys home that were definitely capable of being at the national tournament. The 4 guys that we have going, I thought wrestled very well, you know, and are set to have a good round at the national tournament. You know, that's exciting to have 4 guys that can score a lot of points. You know, you kind of always go back to the guys that you thought could be there, you know, and when you go through any tournament, a big tournament, you always have some guys that maybe exceed expectations, some guys that, you know, maybe didn't wrestle up to their capabilities, you know, so we got to get that figured out for the future. You know, we want to have 10 guys at the national tournament, so 10 guys scoring points, but we got 4 guys ready to score points, and like I said, I like where those guys are at and how they're competing, and they're going to be ready to put on a show in Des Moines.
One of your younger guys, Levi Wolfensberger, back again, and how is he different from last year to this year heading into the championships?
We're going through a whole season. You know, last year he started in the middle of the year. He was up a weight. You know, at that tournament, he beat a guy that was a 2-time All-American. You know, one of probably the biggest wins that he's had so far in his career. So, you know, that was good to get him over the hump. He's a 9 seed at the tournament. So he's right on the cusp of, you know, in seeding-wise to be an All-American, but he's gonna have to go and prove that.
Yeah, Joey Laser had just a great tournament, and he's really riding a wave of momentum heading into the first national championship.
A lot of momentum. I think I counted, he's won maybe 11 or 12 matches in a row. And when you can do that, your confidence raised. When you go out there, you're expecting to win. It's not like, I'm not sure if I can. It's like, I know I'm going to go win. And that's kind of how he's wrestling right now. He didn't get seeded, but you know what? I would not want to draw him. I can guarantee you that, and people know who he is, and he's going to have a chance to put himself on the stand, and he's going to have a great opportunity to put himself on the stand. You just got to take it one match at a time. He got a pigtail match, so he'll be out on the mat right away, which is exciting. So, you know, maybe we can take a team lead right away.
And when you look at Joey, I mean, just coming on as of late, and you can see that you know, he's good on top, but what else is he really strong at?
Look, he can scramble. I mean, he's very hard to score on. The big thing that he's doing right now is he's controlling his emotions. You know, it'd be a couple minutes into a match and he'd just be spent. And, you know, you're trying to figure out why, and it was just this thing, and he's got to where he's relaxed more, he's more confident. Like I said, just put a string of wins together, and he's just a different guy right now and how he's competing, and that's exciting for us to see how that grows throughout the season.
David Bonet in at the national championships yet again. Why do you have high hopes for David?
Because he's right there with every guy in the weight class. You know, now it's time to put 4 or 5 matches together where he's beating those guys. You know, I mean, he's going to be right there. I know every match is going to be a very, very close nip and tuck match. We have to find ways to win those matches. He wrestled a good tournament, avenged a loss to the kid from Missouri. And I like how he's competing right now. He's scoring some points, he's getting the takedowns, and he's being very stingy, and that's what's going to serve him best when he gets to the national tournament.
You can tell David really wants to make this year count, especially.
Well, you know, the last year, you know, the 3rd time being here, those jitters or whatever you felt before, those should be out because, you know, he's been there before. I've been there, I know what to expect. I've won some big matches already at the national tournament. Now it's time to win 4 or 5 big matches in a row.
And finally, Ryan Loader back at the national championships, so close to All-American last year, and he's used that to kind of fuel him in the offseason and throughout this year to get back and make some noise.
No doubt. He's made a big jump in the last couple months. If you've watched him wrestling, really watched him, his defense has got so much better. I mean, he's being very tough to score. He's always been tough to score, but his positioning's better. Guys aren't getting to his leg. He's starting to get to some more offense and being very tough on top. Where he's always been. So I like where he's sitting right now, not just physically, but more than anything, I think in his head, he knows where he's at, and he knows he's one of the best guys in the country at 184, and now it's just it's time to prove it.
The brackets are out, and it's not going to be an easy path for any of these wrestlers.
I mean, it never is. You know, even if you're the #1 guy, it's never easy. It just you got 33 guys in a weight class, and right now college wrestling is very, very tough. I think it's as deep as it's ever been as far as talent-wise, and just solid kids up and down. So, you know, it's never going to be easy. It's not easy for any of those guys. You know, some of those guys might make it look easy, but we just have to be ready to wrestle each and every match and not get caught looking ahead at who we may have or may not have. But we just got to take one match at a time, one period at a time, and our guys are going to be excited to wrestle, and they're going to be ready to put on a show in the state of Iowa. I know I'm excited to get down there, and I know they are too.
Best of luck, Coach.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Wrestling Championships next weekend in Des Moines. Plenty more Panther sports talk right after this.